You mentioned having the kids hurry up and go faster with some of the things in class, like writing their agenda, or if they're trying to do morning routines or afternoon routines. So, one thing you may want to try is doing sensory timers. This is from the online stopwatch people. You can just type in sensory timers into Google and it will find it. But they have these different ones, but then they also have things like the flowing goo, the sensory arc. So the good thing about these is you can say, okay, you have 5 minutes to write down your work. And we're going to not do 5 minutes so that we can actually see what it does. 5 seconds. 5. And then you can turn the timer on or off. So, or the time. So obviously for the timer and them trying to beat the timer, you would need to actually have the timer on. So, but let's actually go back. So instead of 5 seconds, let's do a little bit longer so I can show you. So let's do 15 seconds. All right, so we're going to do 15 seconds. The sound is on. I want to actually show the time. And so you can say, okay, by the time this reaches, the 15 minutes are up or the 5 minutes are up, I need this written down. See how much you can get done in this amount of time. And then there's a lovely little sound. So if you have kids that can't handle that stress of the sound, the burn of the alarm, you can do a sensory timer and do these. So they do have a whole bunch of them. So they have these, which are kind of like little games, the old school games that we used to play. So for some people, you don't have the time on, but obviously if you're trying to beat the clock, I would have a time on. And then it goes through and stops. So there's different ones. So I would recommend using a timer if you're trying to beat the clock and go faster with things. And that way it's not as traumatic when it ends. And there's different ones you can do. So maybe they can choose the one for that day. So then it just slowly goes. There you go. I recommend using timers to get them to write in their agendas quicker, or get their homework out faster, or get cleaned up or packed up or whatever it is. Obviously safely.